Extremely hot days and lingering heat at night for days in a row. That's becoming more common in many parts as climate change advances. It's not good for our health. In fact, heat can kill.
Heat can become a health risk factor, especially if it goes on for a long time.
Heat subjects the body to enormous stress. At some point, the body gets exhausted.
During lengthy heat waves, hospital emergency rooms are overrun.
There are more viruses and bacteria, and we have to take that into account. We also see cases of flu at unusual times of the year, so significant changes are indeed underway.
Extended periods of great heat can trigger cardiac arrhythmia. It has to do with sweating, a mechanism whereby the body tries to cool itself. As sweat evaporates, it draws heat out of the body cools. But sweat depletes the body of water, amino acids, urea and salts, otherwise known as electrolytes.
We need electrolytes so that we don't get cardiac arrhythmia or feel extremely weak. Patients notice when, say, their potassium level is low because they have occasional extra heartbeats or their heart misses a beat.
When it gets very hot, our blood pressure can plummet. That too is a result of the body working to cool itself down. If our body temperature rises above 37 degrees Celsius, our blood vessels become dilated, which expands their surface area. Veins stand out, helping to cool the blood, but vasodilation means the pressure in the vessels declines. That can be risky for patients who already take drugs to lower their blood pressure. It can drop so low they faint. That's what happened to Erika Lemke on an exceptionally hot day.
I felt strange all of a sudden. I felt really awful. So I went inside, and at that moment, everything went black in front of my eyes.
For her doctor, the case was clear. Often, medication needs to be adjusted to cope with long hot spells.
One can reduce the dosage or stop taking a certain drug. It varies and depends on the underlying disease. Some patients don't just have high blood pressure but also have heart disease or kidney disease.
At Charité University Hospital in Berlin, climate change has become a topic of research. One hypothesis is that a warming environment jeopardizes the healing of wounds, for example, after an operation.
There are lots of bacteria on our skin and in our gut. We're seeing more and more wounds that get infected. One possible explanation for that is that these bacteria change during lengthy hot spells.
Pathogens lurking in hospitals also burgeon when it's warm.
If follow-up studies confirm that there is a link between warmer weather, especially for lengthy periods, and the incidence of infected wounds, that could constitute a risk to patients.
Air conditioning could help, according to Dr. Hans-Guido Mücke. He studies public health and the environment and says healthcare facilities across Germany need to adapt to rising temperatures and lengthy heat waves.
Hospitals in France, for example, have one air-conditioned room for patients on every floor. That's certainly something worth considering.
Climate change is set to become a major challenge for all of us and for our healthcare providers.